Now, here's what Paul and Becky got up to in Alton Towers.
I could get my little car in the boot of
This
it.
would be a community centre where I live. What about a drink? Cheers, big ears.
Come to Alton Towers, it's really pretty.
And the corkscrew, we'll have to have a go on a corkscrew.
I'm not getting on that.
Thanks for hitting me and thanks for closing Alton Towers.
Lads at work, I didn't mean to do this.
And he's waving at
Hey, for what? Do you think you get... I was roped into it. This woman's mine to Raymond Village, forever. Miraculously done.
Right, now what? If you crash me, I'm going to kill you. I'm not sure about
I'm
that.
not used to going around the golf course in one of these things. It's determined to get me on the deck.
Look, Mum. Oh.
Round and round we go, where we stop, nobody knows. Hold tight and remain seated at all times. I don't want to get wet.
You're going to get wet. You said you didn't want to be a southern Jessie. You're just going to get soaked now.
I'll swap you all these toys for a kiss.
All right, then.
Well, Paul and Becky, did you enjoy all those white-knuckle rides, or at the end of the day, did you want to give each other the elbow? Shall we find out?
Before the screen went back, and by the sounds of his questions, I expected Paul to be the type of person you find on a building site with a hydraulic drill and his jeans halfway down his backside. When the screen went back, I was very pleasantly surprised.
When I first saw Becky, she was short and dark, and that's the way I like them generally. So I was quite impressed, really.
Whilst I was waiting for Paul to pick me up to take us both to dinner, a guy was talking to me. Paul came in and came straight over to me, put his arm around me and said to the guy, "Are you trying to chat up my bird or what?" The guy made a quick exit.
On the way back in the car, Becky started combing her hair, and I whipped the brush off her and started brushing it for her. I think out of all the things I did, that was probably the nicest thing that she liked the most.
Paul did comment on my underwear, and I was very shocked. He asked me whether I wore tights or stockings and suspenders.
The sexiest thing about Becky is the shortness of her skirts and the things that she wears on the legs. But she always wears tights, and I prefer the other method of holding these things up.
Paul made it quite clear to everybody around us that he fancied me. It would have been nice if he had told me himself.
I've got no idea at the end of this date whether Becky loves me or loathes me.
At the start of our date, I didn't think that I fancied Paul, but after spending a lot of time with him, I think that he could be the type of person I could fancy.
Becky wasn't really forthcoming with the lips when I went to kiss her. She kept sticking her teeth in my face. She wasn't really after any sort of sucking face, as it were.
If I hadn't have been so negative with his advances, I'm sure that things would have progressed rapidly.
I think if she'd made the right moves, then I would have followed it up in the usual northern fashion.
In the hotel, a guy gave me a bright pink teddy bear. I gave the teddy bear to Paul, and he said that he would name it after me so that he could take Becky to bed whenever he wanted to.
At the end of our day together, and from the time that I've been away from her, I miss not being with her. So I must let it go away, mustn't I?
I am waiting for the right person to come along, and who knows, Paul could be that person.
Yes, Paul and Becky, you may well do that with your collar, Paul. I mean, you're all up and bothered. I mean, you told everybody else how much you fancied Becky, but you never told her. Why was that?
I don't know, I just bottled out, I suppose. You know.
Yeah, but you're such a Jack the Lad type. I was quite shocked that you didn't actually tell me yourself.
I know, I was a bit nervous and shy, really.
Tell me, I'm dying to know, because I'm a northerner myself. I mean, if she would have, made any advances towards you, you would have followed it up, in your own words, in the typical northern manner. Now we're all dying to know, what is this typical northern manner?
I don't know, she'd come on a bit strong, like I might have got a bit scared and ran off. I reckon, after watching that, I reckon I've scored. Like.
Well, you certainly got on very well together, but it was quite romantic. I mean, I would have been a bit put off if, you were talking to that other guy. Where were you talking to? In the bar or someplace?
In the bar, yeah.
And he came up. It was quite very gallant of you. He might have been a karate expert and said, keep your hands off my bird. How did you feel about that? I mean, did you quite warm to that, or did it put you off?
Sorry, I felt intimidated at the time, but I thought, someone's doing that for me. But the poor guy didn't have a chance whether he was a karate expert or not. He's scarpered. I thought, where's he gone?
I thought he was going to get the bees in.
Becky, you've got to admit, he's got a way with words, hasn't he?
Well, I mean, yeah, what can you say?
Well, you have the last word on this as well.
We'll definitely see each other again. If there's no romance, I've certainly made a very, very good friend.
You certainly have.
The guy at the bar.
Thank you both very much indeed. I don't care what you say, you make a lovely couple. Thank you very much for coming back on Blind Date. Ladies and gentlemen, Becky and Paul. Thank you. Well, that's all we have time for this week, I'm afraid. But we will be back next week to see how Clarence and Catherine and Frankie will enjoy themselves. And of course, we'll be arranging some more blind dates. So until then, ta-ra for now. Ta-ra!